welcome back to Cultural Talk, the podcast where we dive into fascinating cultural insight from around the world. I'm Sumarni, and this episode we are going to talk about the topic that affect anyone who travel or lives abroad. Surface culture and deep culture and cultural shock, especially in South Korea. Let's explore together. Let's begin with the basic. Culture is often divided into two main parts, surface culture and deep culture. Surface culture includes the visible, tangible parts of culture, things we can easily observe or experience that include food, clothing, music, festival, language, and architecture. In South Korea, surface culture example would be first is food like kimchi, bulgogi, or bibimbap, K-pop music, and Korean drama. The traditional clothing called hanbok and seasonal festival like Chuseok or Buddha's birthday. The modern fads called a lifestyle of city like Seoul. But underneath that surface lays deep culture, things we can immediately see. These include the first is values, beliefs, communication style, and social norms. In Korea, some deep culture examples are the importance of nunchi or reading the room and being social aware. The second is respect for hierarchy, especially age and status. The use of formal and informal language level and work and academic pressure. The emotionals, both called jong, mean depth, affection, and connection between people. Why understanding both is important? Here's the thing, it's easy to fall in love with surface culture, the food, the music, the fashion, but if you are going to live, study, or work in a place like Korea, understanding deep culture is absolutely essential. You may know how to use chopsticks or enjoy a K-drama, but if you don't realize that you must pour drinks with two hands when eating with others, you could unknowingly come off as disrespectful. Or you may speak to some older using a casual language, a big no-no in Korean society. So, understanding both layers help you avoid misunderstandings, build better relationships, and truly respect the culture. Let's talk about cultural shock. Cultural shock happens when you experience a different culture, so unfamiliar that it leaves us feeling confused, anxious, or even frustrated. Even though South Korea is exciting, modern, and welcoming, foreigners often face cultural surprise. Here are a few common examples. The first is language formality and hierarchy. Korean has several speech levels. You need to speak formally to elders or people of higher status. Using the wrong level can seem disrespectful. 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 Work and study culture. Koreans are known for working hard. The phrase pali pali means hurry hurry. People work late, study hard, and read very little. This can be exciting for outsiders. This can be shouting for outsiders. Personal question. It's common for Koreans to ask questions like, how old are you? Or, are you married? Not to be rude, it's how they determine how to speak to say decide on age and status. Appearance standards. South Korea has strict beauty standards. Cosmetic surgery is normal. For some foreign cities, focus on looks can feel inside or even overwhelming. Drinking culture. Social drinking, especially with co-workers or classmates, it's common. You may feel pressure to drink even if you're not used to it. So, how can you handle culture shock in South Korea? Anywhere new. Here are 5 quick tips. First is learn some Korean, especially polite expression just saying 안녕하세요 correctly can go a long way. Second is observe before reasoning. Pay attention to how locals behave. Third is ask questions politely if you don't understand something. Find support groups or join international communities. Be open-minded. Don't be assume your way it's better. Every culture has reason behind this custom. So to wrap this up, surface culture is what we see like food, clothes, entertainment. Deep culture is what we feel, values, respect, emotions, and unspoken rules. Culture shock is a real experience and it's okay to feel uncomfortable at first, but with patience, empathy, and seriousness, you can learn to adapt and enjoy the culture more deeply. South Korea is a country full of contrast between tradition and technology, formality and fun. The more you understand it, the more rewarding your experience will be. Okay, thanks for joining me in this episode of Culture Talk. If you enjoy this topic or have your own experience of culture shock, feel free to share it with us on social media or online. Don't forget to follow the podcast for more stories from around the world. Until next time, stay serious and